Welcome to Class 5. In our previous lesson, we learned the basic structure of a contract. Today we're going to focus on the vocabulary professionals use when discussing contractual terms, obligations, and performance. When we talk about contractual terms, we're talking about the specific conditions agreed by the parties. Terms can define responsibilities, deadlines, payments, and procedures. One very important expression is comply with. If a company complies with a contractual requirement, it follows that requirement. For example, the contractor must comply with all safety regulations. We can also say fulfill an obligation. If a company fulfills its obligations, it does what it is required to do under the contract. Another common expression is meet a requirement. For example, the equipment must meet the technical requirements specified in the contract. Deadlines are extremely important in oil and gas projects. A deadline is the latest time something must be completed. We can also talk about the project schedule or contractual schedule. If a party needs more time, it may request an extension. For example, the contractor requested an extension of the completion date. A delay occurs when something happens later than planned. Delays can have serious contractual and financial consequences, especially on large projects. A claim is a formal request made by one party under a contract. A contractor may submit a claim for additional costs or extra time. Liability means legal responsibility for something, such as damage, loss, or injury. Liability clauses are particularly important in oil and gas contracts because projects involve significant risks. If a party causes a loss or fails to meet its obligations, the contract may provide for damages. Damages are money paid to compensate for loss. A penalty is a consequence for failing to meet a requirement. In some contracts, a contractor may face a financial penalty for certain delays. To terminate a contract means to formally end it. Contracts usually specify the circumstances under which parties can terminate the agreement. Don't confuse extend and renew. To extend means to continue for a longer period. To renew usually means to enter into a new period. If the parties want to change an existing contract, they may make an amendment. An amendment is an official change to the original agreement. One formal expression you'll often see is in accordance with. It means following a rule or agreement. For example, payment shall be made in accordance with the contract. Another useful expression is subject to. It means that something depends on a particular condition. For example, the payment is subject to approval. Imagine a contractor has experienced a delay. The contractor requests an extension and submits a claim. The operator then needs to assess its contractual liability. These expressions are worth learning as complete phrases. Don't just learn the individual words. Learn how professionals actually use them in sentences. Now check your understanding. What's the difference between a claim and a penalty? What does subject to mean, and what does it mean to comply with a contract? Contract language is often precise and formal. The more familiar you become with these expressions, the easier it will be to understand meetings and negotiations. In Class 6, we'll take the next step and explore one of the most important topics in oil and gas contracts: risk.